So guys, continuing another reading on this series of the fake progressives and the attack on the left. One thing that I've been very struck by was the recent attack on A.M. Joy. Okay, it's funny. I feel like I don't think I even know her last night. I watched her show on MSNBC the weekends, and I really like her a lot. And she's African American, as you know. And of course, this administration is like statistically true. Okay, that Trump only pretty much attacks women and attacks African American women especially. Okay, so again, we saw that apparently there was like some post that couldn't be verified. Okay, and what happened to her was very in line with stuff that happens through Russian intelligence, and like they find they alter documents and they repost them as being as being true. This happened in the Macron election in France. It happened also something that I think happened to the guy in Minnesota, Al Franken. So it was an attack on her and all these alt-left people like Glenn Greenwald, and all that, like people who are essentially pushing the Kremlin agenda on the left, quote unquote, were also attacking her. And the bots, was incredible. The troll farm people, their identities on Twitter were like MAGA, we love Trump, and they were like attacking. They were posing as being left on their comments, like, oh, why are you defending Joy? Aren't you? Her comments were homophobic. Are you pro homophobia? They were trying, they were very clever in how they were attacking her. And obviously, well, I guess, I don't know if it's obvious, but to me, I would not believe them anyway, because I believe her, and I would rather, and then she eventually went on television and told her side of the story and so forth. But basically, it was obviously coordinated, and it was an attack on her, and because she's prominent and she is obviously authentic, okay? So I want to know about this event, this situation. Are we going to find out more? I mean, I think we know enough now that it's like it's like there's always attacks on it, especially African American women, but like, are we gonna I feel like I know this was fake. I know this was like coordinated, but are we going to find out more about the systematic attack on Joy? But like, tell me, I want to know more about this attack on her, okay? And the command here, because it was so, to me. And also, guys, this is the thing, and I was talking to GR, who is the supporter of my Patreon channel. She's very, very nice and is very supportive of my channel. And anyway, so like I've said before, she has requested several readings, and these readings that I'm doing now are not readings that she requested, but they came to me as a result of the questions that were raised as I was doing these other readings. So this reading on Joy, I also wanted to do, but I want to do also because, like, I want to know if like she said, oh, this is the thread that I'm going to go back to. Essentially, she said, I told her, like, oh, some of the subjects are difficult for me to do because I know it's very touchy and very challenging, and there's a lot of people who still believe some of these people, and they would watch my channel and everything. And she said, you know what, you're just telling her the truth, and they have to deal with it. It's not about you, okay? Like, not about you in the sense of, like, it's not your job, you're just a messenger, whatever. They don't have to agree, and it's true. So anyway, so I'm doing this now, and I just want to know more about this smear campaign against Joy on MSNBC. So tell me, cards, tell us more about the smear campaign on Joy, MSNBC, okay? And I feel like I also wanna like I want to do more readings on African American women who are like, I feel like I don't give enough space. There's more that I could do. I feel like, I don't know. There's also Stacey Adams, by the way. I feel like I have to do this right after the dog. Anyway, I'm like going off so many, I have ADD, whatever, going off so many threads. But let's focus on Joy. And tell me more about the smear campaign that happened through the trolls and bots and those key figures who are usually Kremlin mouthpieces, okay? All right, so you know it's funny. Let's start with Lenormand. Let me just see. I'm gonna lower this, okay? And I'm gonna do. Actually, I already cut the shuffled and cut the Lenormands, but let's see how now. So tell us about the smear campaign on Joy, okay? And even Rosie O'Donnell was confused because they're like, they said that she had, I don't know if she said something, maybe she did say something a long time ago, but essentially the whole tone was very like they wanted to, it was just a clear, obvious smear campaign on someone who was prominent, okay? Who is prominent. And she always has Maxine Waters. I love Maxine Waters. She always has Maxine Waters on her show. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So this is something regular, negative. This is like very regular something. Money, okay. Quid pro quo, okay. People working together. So guys, we have here something happening very regularly, or maybe it could be messaging, okay? And this is money, a person, powerful person. Money wants to create, make people upset, and maybe there's something that happens with extreme regularity relating to the messaging. An ending because of the quid pro quo was revealed by justice. And this is the context here, okay? So again, money and people working together to cause a defeat. Essentially, I feel like the ending of the man with power. I feel like, guys, and for some reason I am getting Robert. There's all these people, like all these powerful people who are also donors, not just the Russians, guys. Here too, okay? They are interested in smearing and causing harm to people who, because again, the justice is coming for them. They want, especially are desperate to create division, like sadness, right? Separation and defeat. So interesting. So it shows that there's, guys, a lot of like donors here, okay? Donors and lots of money and groups of people working together to make it happen. So there's, you know, guys, this is not this group of trolls and all these people. It's not like some random guy with a like little guy there. No, it's like very professional. There's a lot of money, and it's showing here there was a lot of money in this marrying situation, okay? And by the way, did you see that there was a guy who just left the White House? It's like Rachel Maddow talks about it. The White House had a person whose job was opposition research on that never happens apparently, or something like that. But of course, this White House did do that. So okay, all right. So again, the smear campaign against Joy, the White House. Look, deal, the White House, boss, or money, the White House, woman. Behind the scenes, shady, problem, opposition, opportunity, a little corruption, reputation. So yeah. So I think I'm gonna look at this, guys. Just let me just see more. This is finance at the boss. This is, I think I'm gonna think of it as the boss in the White House, the woman. The woman here, I'm gonna see her as Joy, okay, and not as Russia as I usually do, because the reading is about her. So we have opposition to the boss through corruption, creating opposition to the boss through corruption. So the corrupt people who fight opposition to the boss deal with the White House behind the scenes, opportunity to attack for the woman, the reputation. So essentially, it's an opportunity to attack the woman's reputation, and I think here by proxy as well, corruption behind the scenes is recognized. So in a way, there's like the corruption behind the scenes to protect people's reputations. It's like showing in some ways that there's like an industry behind this. Okay, so opposition to the boss gets rats, right? So the slow attack. It basically, if you oppose Trump, you get attacked by rats. We know that. Okay, so there's all, and guys, I feel like there's a deal in place to seize these opportunities and to create opportunities to attack the reputation of women and this woman, meaning Joy. Okay, but the house is at the center of it, so it's showing that there's like, I think in some ways, guys, and I'm getting it. I have to do a reading on this guy, Dan Scovino. He's a social media something. He has a role, communications role, and I think, guys, I have to renew him. Oh my God, he's coming so strong. Like he's coordinating. He's very important in coordinating all these like trolls or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I have to look into this guy eventually, but this is telling me a lot. Okay. Sad news. Okay, makes sense. Military. Okay, deal. Success. Oh, look. Very interesting. Okay. Yeah, and I think here, guys, this one to me looks like is Russia. Okay, let me just one more here. Yeah, this is Trump. So essentially here the center is sad news, and in a way, you know, this is, I have to look at the camera. This is interesting because it's showing me, before I'm going to go back to the card, I just want to look at you guys when I say this. It's like the sad news, it's like, you know how this whole like narcissistic thing is about projection outward. So as they get bad news, they want to give bad news to others, okay, as a means to like, right, compensate. Okay, so let's see here, the sad news, they get bad news. Okay, so this is the law enforcement, okay, getting bad news because of Russia, the Russian investigation, the foreign power here. So there's like regrets or worry because of the deals they've made with Trump, okay? And it's interesting because there's deals possibly to even create sad news because they know the blue wave is coming, okay? And this is what's against them. Court, they have to go to court, they have blue wave, and there's prison. So they can't really do much other than attack people who are credible, okay? So this is like regrets because the law enforcement is coming to them, and there's like serious legal problems. There's like the man here with a foreign influence is going to jail. So it's very serious what they're dealing with. And I feel like since they can't really, the truth is really like very, you know, very, what can you say? I mean, it is what it is. Okay, so they attack the people who have credibility. And not just have credibility, but people who are trusted within the community of people who are progressives. Like I said before, progressives by necessity. Okay, women and people of color, and Joy, of course, meets both criteria. Okay, oh, interesting, surprise. Okay, illegal stuff, leaving, money again. Oh, interesting. Whoa, stuff with young women, old stuff. Messenger, okay. Wow, guys, very, very interesting. So yeah, I feel, guys, I feel like this is very interesting because, okay, let me just, it's showing, I think this stuff is about, it's not about Joy, it's about Trump. That was happening next. So this, if I look, if it's showing me something forward, because it's contextualizing why this would be done, because what's coming to them is terrible. Okay, let's look at this again. So we have consolante surpresa, which is a surprise. They found something in the swamp that's financial. Okay, this is money. This discovery has to do with something illegal that was done either a long time ago, or also is connected to women, young women who are in trouble, teenager cards. So this is like, I feel like, guys, this has nothing to do with Joy, but it's like contextualizing why they have to try to discredit people, okay? Something happened in the past that's illegal, and there's messages. Okay, so again, something discovery. This could also mean, in the context of the question, they found something about joy, and that they found something that they could be make illegal that was done a long time ago. They would try to make her leave, but there's nothing here financial for her. So what leads me to think that essentially is about what's happening to these people. Again, the discovery of finances that they're illegal, as well as connection to younger women. This is the stuff that happened in the past, illegal stuff, and messages or maybe communications about this, probably legal communications. They have to leave because they were financial discovery. And then this is a terrible column here, guys. This is attacks by the enemy, okay, or attacks, hidden attacks. It's also the stuff, the women's stuff coming out in total. This is the absolute worst ending here. Disgrace, okay, disgrace. There's no way to go. So if we think about it, guys, in this context, okay, like the things that we're seeing, if a person, granted this was done, this was like of their doing, okay, like of their own making. If this happens to them, like, you're screwed. Like, you do anything to try to like avert it. So this is why they attack credible people. Okay, so now let's get to the positions first. Okay, so an ending to opposition, or an ending through long-term opposition or regrets of things they've done in the past. So they know that shady stuff is coming out about their past, shady past. So they have to attack and try to kill the opposition. This is also the people that are going to remind them of that. This is money, deal. This is the law enforcement and the discovery of illegality. Okay, so to me, actually, guys, I keep seeing that. I see this guy, and I see Robert Mercer, and I say this because you know how he is like, he hates civil rights, and this, you know, how he worked with Bannon, and Bannon was quoted by the guy who worked for Cambridge Analytica as saying like, what they do is to create culture wars. You know, what they accuse the lab, like they want to rile people up in that way. So I feel like the donor is being investigated and there's something illegal here. But essentially, like their whole scheme is being exposed, so they have to attack anybody who is the opposition. That's their duty. Money, again, lots of money. Money to create opportunities. Or like, this was like the card that came for opportunities for attacks, but basically, an opportunity to send messages. Okay, so it's almost like, I think, guys, still, at the same time that they are like have to go to court, they still look for opportunities to like try to crush the opposition, because that's the only way. And one time, like, somebody left a comment about the lies, and I quoted extensively the famous quote of Joseph Goebbels, right, where he says that you have some lie repeated extensively becomes the truth, and that to the state the big enemy is the truth. So you have to always attack the opposition very violently, because you have to create this perfect bubble of illusion. Okay, you can't let the opposition speak, because if they do, then the whole thing comes apart. And that's what we're seeing. They're not strong enough. They're not the Nazis. This quid pro quo, the boss, the deal, they has to leave. So there's this is on top. So it's like right now the revelation of the quid pro quo related to Trump, probably something regular, messaging from the White House, sad news, because there's discovery, financial discovery. And then we have a group of people working together. I think here was joy. Okay, joy represents the big blue wave. But then this relates to the whole thing of the money being discovered. But I think also there's money trying to crush the blue wave. Okay, there's a lot of people trying to prevent it from happening, but at the same time they're under attack. So there's a lot of things hitting them there. This is justice. Goes after the corruption related to the Russia and Trump. And this is, guys, I remember saw this in a reading on Mueller, I think in May. Mueller is going to be extremely aggressive, more than he has ever been. This is like unexpected attacks. I don't think this is war, guys, but I feel like justice is coming with like okay, very strongly. This could, and I feel like this almost could be like a tax on justice, but I don't think it works because the cards that are on for justice are very strong, and justice itself is a very strong card. So it could mean this is like the attacks that they try to do but don't succeed, but it could also mean that like the justice itself comes and like quickly creating unhappiness again behind the scenes. This is the future through foreign influence. And there's the thing, this is, guys, this, I'll tell you, this is telling me everything that's going to hit them. The stuff, there's more to come out about women. Okay, the whole, I feel like eventually there's a whole thing of the girls or whatever is going to come out. This is what they try to create division behind the scenes because the foreign stuff is like, it's a huge bomb that's going to explode. And I feel like kill them all, whatever, like in the sense of like the dark stuff that Trump has done is like beyond, not just him, but all of these people that are corrupt. It's like they have so much here, and it's almost like they thought they were winning, but eventually they realize like that they're being exposed. The more they attack, the more they are exposed. So this is averting defeat, reputation, prison, and total disgrace. So I feel like essentially, guys, what this is saying is that the attack on joy is part of a pattern, something that they do habitually as a means to try to discredit anyone who's on their way to, who's telling the truth and who is on the way, like who is seen as credible and seen as authentic, who represents the blue wave, and joy is one of these people. So whatever, even if they found something shady about her, they used it as clearly here as an opportunity. But eventually, I feel like it's a little bit like, I'm trying to think of something. I don't know. I'm just like, it's like joy is a relatively small problem in light of everything that's going to come to them. Okay. So it's like, even if they try to attack her, they're not in control anymore. Okay. Justice is coming to them and like, it's attacking them. And it's like, dude, it's over. Okay. So, because again, the justice is going to attack them in ways that they're not expecting. And the stuff about the girl is going to come out. And it's like all hell breaks loose here. Okay. And the attacks they tried, it's really not nearly on the same level. So that's that. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop here. Bye.